Yo, what's going on, guys? It's LoseWX signing on for more computer action. So, previously, I think you remember saying I had a 2080 Ti XC Ultra. Now I exchanged that for a 2080 Ti 4013. And then I wasn't really satisfied with the air cooler in the 4013, so I actually purchased the eVGA hybrid kit, which I just yesterday installed on my 2080 Ti 4013, and basically it really lowered the temperatures. My load temps prior to installing the water cooler were around overclocked, I would say, between 72 and 73 degrees Celsius. And then with this cooler, it lowered it down to about 63, 64 tops at the same overclock speed. So it's also only a dual slot, so it's a lot thinner. So if you did want to run SLI, it might make it easier. And very silent. I know a lot of people said online that they said theirs was noisy like a refrigerator, like a mini fridge. At first, mine was, but what I did was before mounting this radiator is I held it in the air, like up here above the GPU, and just kind of like held it there for a few minutes and let it run. And then I heard some gargling and stuff, and basically that cleared the lines, cleared the air bubbles, and that seemed to solve the issue of the loud noise I had. Then I mounted it, and then now it's, as you can tell, it's silent even under full load. So I will show you the benchmark numbers once I get the camera set up. But I just want to show you what it looked like. The only disappointment was I had a nice blue LED fan here mounted, and I had to take that out because there's no room with this NUC to a cooler, which takes up a ton of space. So maybe sometime in the future I'll consider getting a all-in-one water cooler for a CPU to free up some space, and then maybe I'll be able to mount the radiator for the CPU above the case. So just want to give you a quick look at what it looks like and what's my current status for spring break, what I'll be working on. And so that's my current project. So eVGA 2080 Ti 4013 with a hybrid cooler. So I will show you the benchmarks after this, and then we'll go on from there. And it's very silent. I mean, you don't hear anything. It's just the only noise you really hear is a CPU cooler. So very quiet. Very happy. Okay, guys, so I'll show you the Msi Afterburner overclock settings. And this isn't a max overclock. This is just like my first overclock I did so far on the hybrid water cooler on the eVGA 2080 Ti 4013. So I added additional 97 megahertz, which doesn't sound like much, but my card boosts really high, like even at lower overclock. So it boosts at this speed to about 2130 megahertz. Memory clock, just a mild overclock, 685. And then I had the fan, just stock settings, auto power limit 124%. And then GPU-Z. I'll show you where everything's at. So at that settings, I'm at a GPU clock of 1447, a boost clock of 1852, but it actually goes to 2130, and then memory 1921. So I will show you the benchmark top scores. I've done so many benchmarks. I mean, I'm like really tweaking everything to get the most out of everything. So let me go to my highest score. So let me see if I can find it. Fire Strike. That's Port Royal. Okay, here we go. 21,882. This is a 3D Mark 03, or 3D Mark Fire Strike, and this is with the CPU overclocked of 5 gigahertz. So pretty good score, almost 30,000. I think 30,000 is doable once I find some more overclocking headroom. And then Port Royal, let's see what my top score was. I believe it was this one, yeah. Okay, this is for the hybrid cooler, 9,132, which is a pretty affordable score. And then times by, I finally hit the 15,000 point mark, or over it, 15,175. Again, CPU overclocked to 5 gigahertz, and then the GPU overclocked to the settings I had mentioned. So what I will do next is I'm just going to play one game. I'm going to overclock the GPU at the same settings you see, and I'm just going to show you how quiet it is and also the load temp. So give me 1 minute while I prepare Metro-X this, and then we'll go on from there. So this is early in the game, and this is a part where there's daytime. There's some RTX action going on and stuff, ray tracing, and then I have the GPU-Z stat or GPU-Z Msi Afterburner stats at the top left corner. So I'm just gonna let it run, let the temperature heat up, and then I'll probably bring the camera near the computer just to show you how quiet it is. But currently, let me kind of zoom in on here. This is what we're at. 54C. So I'm just gonna let it run at this screen, and then we'll see how high it goes. So just bear with me. And it takes a lot longer to heat up. So right now 58C. If I was on the air cooler, it would already be about probably around 67 probably at this overclock setting. Okay, so I just heard the radiator kind of fan up a little bit, so that is now running. But the game is beautiful. I mean, maybe play it a little bit rather than just show a screen. But the graphics are amazing. It runs beautifully. As you can see, about 90 frames per second, a little bit lower sometimes at some points. I'm going to pause it because the graphics settings are basically at not highest, not ultra, but they're very high settings, and everything pretty much maxed out at 1440p. And see, we're just now slowly getting to 60C, or it just hit 60 degrees Celsius on the GPU. Yeah, it's a gorgeous game. It's like I wish I had the time to play these games. I have so many games that I'm like literally having like gaming ADD, where I have games but I just don't have time to play them. It's unfortunate, but no, now that I'm on spring break, I may have some time to play some games. But yeah, it's a gorgeous game. I'd love to spend more time playing it. Okay, so currently we're sitting at 60C, which is very good. A boost clock of 2070. Now up to 61C. And the cooler is quiet. I don't hear any refrigerating sounds. Now, a lot of the people on the eVGA forums are saying that their hybrid cooler, either when they bought the card that came with one or when they installed one, it literally sounds like a mini fridge. And I honestly said the same thing when I first got mine. I'm like, oh man, I thought I would have to RMA it or just return it altogether, since I was thinking like every single one had the issue. The thing was, when I lifted the eVGA radiator above the GPU and just held it there for a few minutes, I heard some gargling, kind of cleared the air bubbles, and ever since then it's been dead silent. Besides hearing the fans ramp up a little bit. But yeah, I will just say, if you have that issue, try doing that and see if that helps fix anything. Anyways, but as you can see, it'll get up to about 64C or 63C tops. I mean, that's like the tops it'll get to at my max overclock. But yeah, so let me get back into Windows. So give me a minute. I guess that'll about wrap it up. I just wanted to show you that, and yeah, I'm very satisfied with the cooler. Now, whether I'm going to keep this 2080 Ti for the 1.3, that's a big question. I will say that if you're into computer gaming and you have a micro center in your area, dude, they have like the best return policy in the entire world. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm kind of like a tester. I like to test things, review them, and make videos. And then if I don't like it, simply return it. But they have an excellent return policy, and I went from a 2080, just regular 2080 4.13. I exchanged that for the 2080 Ti XC, and then it's like they just have a really good return policy. They also have open box graphics cards, which you get for a nice discount. And yeah, they're a really great store. So if you have a micro center in your area, I'm not being paid to say this, do check them out and test out, some other things. They have the latest and greatest stuff. A lot of eVGA products, air coolers, CPU coolers, processors, memory, motherboards. They have a lot of great stuff. So do check out Micro Center if you have one in your area. I'm very satisfied with their return policy, and their service is like excellent. So that's just my little tip. So until then, I guess I'll see you guys around. Like I said, I'm on spring break, so I'll be enjoying the nice weather, and I won't be inside playing computers, I don't think. But I'll, when I have time, I will. So until then, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave me some. And peace out, and thanks for watching. Lose WX, signing out for some computer nerd action.